Roll number 3. Ashi Tyagi. Ashi Tyagi. Astha.
Yes, ma'am.
Batao.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, lung parenchyma is the portion of the lung that is involved in the gas transfer. So it comprises of the alveoli and the alveolar ducts and the respiratory bronchioles through which the gas exchange can occur.
Okay. So alveoli, two alveoli are separated by what?
Ma'am,
The
can you
gaseous
please repeat?
exchange is going to take place. So you need blood, right? Where is the
Yes,
blood
ma'am.
coming
The
from?
blood capillaries also.
Yes. So capillaries are there in the septae between two alveoli. So that
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
interstitium, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In CBC lung, you basically have to see that it is all congested. Can you see all these are RBCs? In the
Yes,
lung
ma'am.
parenchyma,
All
you
the
can see
capillaries are
a
congested with
lot of
RBCs.
capillaries are also congested, and even within the alveolar space, you can see extravasated RBCs
Yes, ma'am.
like this. All these are extravasated RBCs in the alveolar spaces. Not all of these are with capillaries. Okay? And then because
Yes,
of
ma'am.
congestion, you see it is long-standing congestion. So you see alveolar macrophages have ingested the ones in circle. Can you all see on their screens? Can you see the marking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So in the circles, I've marked the hemosiderin-laden macrophages. Okay. So this is CVC lung. So now you've all attended the lecture on pneumonia. So you know there are two types of pneumonia, right? Lobar pneumonia and bronchopneumonia. Uh, Akanksha Yadav, can you tell me what are the differences between lobar pneumonia and bronchopneumonia? Akanksha,
Yes, ma'am.
Akanksha, yes,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
please tell me. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the bronchopneumonia basically affects like both the lungs mainly, and whereas the lobar pneumonia can affect a particular lobe of the lung. So it is area wise also can be classified. And then the location mainly in lobar pneumonia will be alveoli, and in the bronchopneumonia it's bronchi.
Okay.
And consolidation is extensive in case of lobar pneumonia, whereas in bronchopneumonia there are patchy lines.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else would like to add anything? Anybody?
And microbiology wise also like differences may the
Mhm.
lobar pneumonia the lobar pneumonia is mainly caused by the streptococcus pneumonia and the klebsiella, whereas the bronchopneumonia is mostly caused by mycoplasma and staph pseudomonas.
Okay. So lobar pneumonia is when it is localized to a lobe, and almost the entire lobe is involved, right? It is usually generalized. It can be bilateral. And bronchopneumonia is when the bronchioles are involved and the adjacent alveoli also show inflammatory infiltrate. Okay. So this slide is that of lobar pneumonia, where all the alveolar spaces that you see on your screen, they are all showing intraalveolar, diffuse, and dense neutrophilic infiltrate along with a lot of fluid. All that pink that you see, eosinophilic material, it is all fluid. Okay. So you have dense neutrophilic infiltrate and intraalveolar fluid. And if you put gram stain, you can also see bacteria. Okay, so this is most likely stage of red hepatization, also a lot of RBC. Okay, so you sedate with a lot of RBC, and these septae are showing you congested capillary. Can you see these? These are all, it will come after some time on your screen. These are all congested vessels. This is a vessel which is filled with RBCs. So most likely this is the stage of red hepatization. As it progresses further, or there is disintegration of RBCs, right? But the suppurative exudate still remains. So you still see fibrin and you see neutrophils, but along with that you also see macrophages. But the hyperemia is less now. Okay, and then slowly it progresses to resolution. Okay, can you see the congested vessels on your screens? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just moving the fields around and you can see that it is a diffuse process and all the alveolar spaces are showing you dense fibrinosuppurative exudate and the septae are showing you congested vessels. All these that I'm marking are the congested situated between two alveolar spaces and all these are, so you see fibrinopurulent exudate with RBCs and vascular congestion. So this is the stage of red hepatization in a case of lobar pneumonia. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you compare this with the next slide that I'm going to show you, which is bronchopneumonia. Now bronchopneumonia is more patchy. So when you see the section, you will see the uninvolved alveolar spaces along with the involved ones. Okay. So here, I don't know if it has come on your screen already. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
So the ones that are marked with the arrows, these are the uninvolved ones. And then you see that in this part of the section, the alveolar spaces are showing you fluid and some inflammatory exudate. So bronchopneumonia basically involves the terminal bronchiole and the adjacent alveoli. Now, how do you identify a bronchiole? You see that it is a luminous structure which is lined by respiratory type of epithelium, ciliated columnar epithelium, right? And the wall shows muscle and sometimes cartilage can also be seen. So is my arrow visible on your screen? Has
Yes,
it come?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this luminal structure that I marked with an arrow is the bronchiole. Okay. It is a dilated bronchiole. I'll go to higher part and you can see that it is lined by ciliated columnar epithelium or the respiratory type of epithelium. Okay, I have gone to higher part. You can see this is lining epithelium which is shedding off at some places. Okay. And you see that the alveolar spaces adjacent to it are congested. These are the alveolar spaces which are congested. These are all filled with RBCs and fluid and neutrophilic exudate again. So the histological findings will be the same, but it is the distribution, right? In lobar pneumonia, you saw it was a more diffuse process where all the alveoli were showing you fibrinopurulent exudate and extravasated RBCs. Whereas if you move this down, you will see that all the alveolar space, it is affected bronchiole along with the adjacent alveoli. Just wait for some time. You will see another bronchiole on your screen. I'm marking with the arrow the respiratory lining. And this bronchiole is showing you acute bronchiolitis. Has it come on your screens? The bronchiole that I marked with the arrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Now if you see in the wall, with the arrow I have marked the respiratory epithelium. I will use a thicker arrow to mark the muscle coat, a double arrow to mark the muscle coat. Just a second. Okay, so this is a bronchiole again. Yes, arrows are there.
Yes.
Okay. Now with circles, I am just marking the inflammatory infiltrate which is there within the wall. You can see it is in between the epithelium and the muscle coat in the circle. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Infiltrate there in the wall of the bronchiole. So this is bronchiole. Okay. And then again, if you just move the slide around and you will see that the adjacent alveolar spaces are showing you congestion. Okay, these are all alveolar spaces which are filled with a number of RBCs and neutrophils. Okay, so this is bronchopneumonia. So it is patchy. डॉक्टर रामपाल डॉक्टर तो यहाँ रामपाल नाम से कोई है नहीं. Okay, so this was bronchopneumonia. Have you all understood the difference between lobar pneumonia and broncho? Lobar pneumonia, the entire section showed you affected alveoli. ठीक है, and bronchopneumonia basically shows you bronchiolitis and the adjacent air spaces will also show you infiltration and congestion. ठीक है? So this was pneumonia. Now, since we are talking about infections of lung, we'll just revise the slide of TB lung as well. You've already seen TB lymph node and TB intestine. So you will see same changes. It's just that you have to identify the parent tissue, which is lung. So these are the lung alveoli on your screens. Can you see alveolar spaces? Alveolar spaces are basically just empty looking spaces separated by thin septae in the normal lung. Okay? At places you can see alveolar macrophages showing you black pigment, which is basically carbon. Because the air that we are inhaling is so full of pollution, we all have these carbon-laden macrophages. The alveolar macrophages will show you a lot of black pigment, that is carbon. Okay? Now, to see the changes of TB, what do you expect to see? In a case of TB, what do you expect to see? Pen, Akshita, roll number 15.
Ma'am, am I audible now? Akshita.
Yes, yes, you're audible. What do you expect to see in a case of TB?
Ma'am, Langerhans giant cells and
Okay.
granulomas.
Yes. And what can you see on your screen?
Ma'am, caseous necrosis.
Yes. Very good. So predominant finding is the caseous necrosis. Okay, it is pink granular, eosinophilic granular material, which is not showing you any cellular details. So all these are areas of caseous necrosis. I have just moved the slide around, and all this pink that you see where you cannot identify normal lung, that is all caseous necrosis. Okay. So at low power only you should be able to identify giant cells. Are my arrows visible on your screen? Has it come?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so these are giant cells. We'll go to higher part to confirm. So these are giant cells. B. आ गए स्क्रीन पे?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm? And then all the cells around it are epithelioid cells and lymphocytes. I'm just marking a few epithelioid cells for you so that you can identify with the arrows. आ जाएगा आपकी स्क्रीन पे तो प्लीज बता दें.